Utah has higher rates of depression than the rest of the United States, and there's one group of people that face unique stressors that can affect their mental health: farmers and ranchers. There's a lot about their jobs they can't control, things like fluctuating market prices, unpredictable weather, or if their animals get sick. And they work long hours, especially during growing seasons. Many people I talked with said there's also a stigma around mental health, that if you're a farmer, you're strong, and you can handle your struggles yourself and don't need help from a therapist or anyone else.
We all feel like we're tough, right? I just feel like we still have that stigma that we can't say that we're struggling. We can't go for help.
Farmers in the United States are 3.5 times more likely to die by suicide than the general population. Utah's overall suicide rate has consistently been among the nation's highest. And here, those who work in the agriculture industry die by suicide at the third highest rate by vocation in the state.
And it seems like a lot of those pressures, they don't ever go away, but when prices are less volatile, they tend to take a back seat. But when prices are volatile, it's hard to look past the doomsday.
There are challenges to farming in Utah and the Mountain West because of how dry it is here. During intense drought years, it can be hard to get enough water to grow crops or for cattle to drink. And even if a Utah farmer or rancher decides they do want to get mental health help, that can be challenging in the rural areas where many of them live. For instance, in the 2 counties that have the highest amount of farmland in Utah, each has just one therapist for every 550 people. Nationally, that ratio is one therapist for every 300 people. In 2023, there was a program funded by federal pandemic relief money that helped a few hundred Utah farmers and their families get therapy. It was so successful, the money set aside to pay for that therapy ran out in just 4 months. This was far quicker than Utah organizers expected, and to them, it showed a deep need and willingness for farmers to get help when cost is not a barrier. But that money's now gone. Other states have drummed up state funds or private donors to keep this support for farmers and ranchers going. But Utah hasn't. I asked the Utah legislature if they would want to fund a program to support farmers' mental health, and they got me in touch with Senator Scott Sandel. He's a farmer and a rancher, and he's on the committee which decides how to spend taxpayer dollars. He told me he doesn't think Utah should fund a program like this, which targets mental health support for one specific profession. He predicted that it would cause a battle for funding that would pit industries against one another because there's so much demand for mental health support in Utah.